Hi, everybody. Say hi, Keely.
Hi.
Aw, say hi, Keely.
Hi.
Say hi, Keely.
Hi, Keely.
I love that joke. Can we play some show and tell? I want to show you what I got for Christmas last year, and that was this. So I moved into this studio last September, and I knew I wanted some like a monolight, a strobe, because I'm not prepared for this again. A friend of mine sold me these like old vintage like monolights. It's a Sumpac MS 4000 Pro system, and they work fine. They're great, but there were some limitations, like they have to be plugged in. So I really can only use them in the studio. They're giant, and they're too bright. Like even on the low, so you can have full, half, or quarter, and even at a quarter, it was just a little too bright for in here. And so I'm keeping them. I'm still using them, but it just every time I would use them, there was just one thing or another that I wish were different. So I got this. This is the Neewer Vision 4 monolight strobe thing. So this right here is the perfect situation for a strobe like this, because it's really bright outside, and so we need a light that's brighter than that, the sun. So it's really cool. But when it gets a little darker a little later, we don't want it to be too bright. And this one is really good because better than my old ones from the 70s and 80s, because I can turn it down far enough so that, you know, I don't need to bring that and speed lights. Fun times. We're going to take some pictures of this lovely lady who thinks she's not good at having her picture made. So I'm going to tell you 5 things I like about it, 5 things I don't like about it. We're going to start with the bad things. Thing number 5 I don't like about it is it has this trigger, and the trigger has this funky battery. It's a CR2 battery, and they're way more difficult to find than I would like them to be, and I don't like that. Number 4 thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have an auto off function. So like if I leave it on overnight by accident, the battery will be dead when I arrive the next morning. Thing number 3 I don't like about it is that the modeling lamp turns off after a minute. So it doesn't have the auto function I want it to have, and it has an auto off function that I don't want it to have. I cannot for the life of me. If you know how to get it to stay on for longer than a minute, leave a comment down below. I can't for the life of me figure out how to get it to stay on for more than a minute. Another thing I don't like about it is there's no high-speed sync on it. I just had to have 5 things. If I'm being honest with you, that's the only reason I added that to this. But Neewer does make a model. I just couldn't afford it. That has wireless and high-speed sync and all that jazz. So maybe someday I'll get it. But until then, that's what I got. And the problem of shooting in open sun with the strobe is more cheaply fixed with a neutral density filter, so we have that too. And then finally, you can't plug it in and use it at the same time. Like to charge it, you have to take the battery out and then plug it in, and then plug it in to charge it. So while it's charging, you can't use the light, which is super annoying.
Did it!
Yes, you did it.
Thanks, Kyle.
Go you.
Woo!
All by yourself.
All by myself. Do you see that jump?
That's okay, I got it on film.
What? Well, there's no light in this.
It's also getting audio, so.
Oh, well, there's that.
Reason number 5, I love this light, is it has standard modifier mounts. Like it has a Bauer mount that is super standard and like cheaper than other kinds of mounts on light modifiers. And then it has like I mainly use umbrellas because umbrellas are cheaper and they do just as good. So it has like a little umbrella mount. Number 4 reason I like it is it has a pistol grip. Like if, let's say you're kind of maybe somewhere where people are gonna object to, they wouldn't object if you just had your camera, but they would object since you're using a light. And there's all kinds of videos about that all over the interwebs. And that's happened to me. Anyways, you can have an assistant just hold it and it's not uncomfortable to hold because it has this little pistol grip. That's really cool. That's a cool design feature. That way also you don't have to carry stands around if you don't want to. Number 3 thing I like about it, we talked about how it won't charge and work at the same time, but the battery is a freaking beast. And they say that the battery, by the way, should get 700 shots on full power, which is kind of insane to me. I shot 1,200 frames with Zoe and Savannah in Dallas the other day over the course of 2 days and didn't need to charge it, but I was never using full power anyways. And speaking of wirelessness, it is wireless. It comes with this little trigger, and as much as I hate the battery inside the trigger, it comes with this trigger. So when I'm shooting, and this is the only light I need, which is 90% of the time, I only use just one light, one flash. This is way more compact than this trigger that I use when I use more than one light. Number one thing I love about this light is that it is both brighter and dimmer than my other strobes. So I can bring it down as far as I want to bring it down, and I can, and at full power is brighter than my other strobes that plug in. Anyways, it's a great light. I recommend it. I like it.
Have myself a groove. Had an old saloon on a street of mud. There at the table, stealing studs. That's a dirty mangy dog. His name is Sue.
And for the price, it's fantastic. Fantastic light. So there you go. This is the Neewer Vision 4 wireless monolight strobe. Thank you so much for watching this. Thank you for caring about the gear that I use. If you haven't already, subscribe. Anyways, would love to connect with you some way, somehow. If it's not through subscription, check out the links in the description below. And like the video again. Can you like it twice? Try to like it twice. That would be cool. Thank you so much. God bless you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.